Good day, students. So today we are doing a question about Debtors Collection Schedule. We are taking it from this question paper, the special final examination, and is for the intake of July 2019, and the paper was written on the 4th of November 2019. Alright, so this is our contact details. I am Mr. TK Classes, and the contacts are down here. Alright, so we move on to the question that we are gonna do today. Today we are going to do question 2, but we are not going to do the whole 20 marks. We are simply going to do 2.1, which requires us to do this. Alright, so I will start to read from here. The information provided below relates to Billy Enterprises. Required 2.1. Prepare a debtors collection schedule for October and November 2020. So this is 2.1. So we are going to do our 2.1 here. So they said we should prepare a debtors collection schedule. You know what debtors means. So if as a company, if we are saying we are having debtors, it means that we would have sold on credit, and the debtors owe us the money, which is related to the sales that we have made to them on credit. Right, so this is what we'll be looking for in this question. So we'll go on. They said where applicable, round off all amounts to the nearest rand. Information: the bank balance on 30 September 2020 was 5,000. All right, the actual and budgeted sales are as follows. All right, so these are the sales, right? So we said for us to have debtors, we must sell on credit. So we want to look for credit sales. That's what we are going to use under 2.1. So these are total sales that they have given us. So they are said here on 3, cash sales. Alright, I guess I just have to. Alright, they said on 3, cash sales are estimated at 10% of total sales. Cash sales are estimated at 10% of total sales. So if alright, let me come here. Then we say total sales equals to 100%. Okay, let's say for instance you are writing an exam. If you get everything correct, you get 100%. Right, so if we have total sales, it means we have 100%. So if cash sales, okay, I just need to write this before I break down that. Okay, so total sales equals to cash sales plus credit sales. Equals to cash sales plus credit sales. So we are having in the question, what did they tell us? We already know that we have our total sales 100%, right? So here let me just write under total sales that this is 100%. Okay, then we come here, we say is equals to, we go back to our question. Cash sales are estimated at 10% of total sales. So this is 10%, right? Then plus, then here is the one that you want to look for. We don't have. So we are going to say if cash sales are 10% and total sales are 100%, we are simply going to do this. So let me just say, let me just break this down and say this was step 1. Say this was step 1. Then now let us go to step number 2. Let us go to step number 2. Step 2, we are going to say 100 we are going to say 100 minus 10. What do we get? We get 90. Okay, so 100% minus 10%, we get 90%. So what does this mean? This means that our credit sales are equals to 90%. Our credit sales are equal to 90%. So under step number 3, we are going to calculate our credit sales. Let's calculate our credit sales under step 3. So our credit sales under step 3, we are going to say we want the credit sales for September, for October and November. So we are going to say this is September, we are simply going to say our total sales are 220,000. Then we are going to multiply by, remember we said our credit sales are 90%. We are going to multiply by 90 over 100. Okay, so what do we get here? We are going to say 220,000 multiplied by 90 over 100. We are going to get 198,000. This is our credit sales for September. Okay, and all right, then here credit sales for October. So now we need October, right? We need October. So we are going to say credit sales for October. Our total sales are 200,000 multiplied by, remember here we say 90 over 100. What do we get? So we are going to say 200,000 multiplied by 90 over 100. We are going to get 180,000. Then we move on to November. I can see here there is a space between these two zeros. I think this was supposed to be 240,000, looking at these other two amounts. So I can't assume that this was going to be 2,400 because there's a gap here. So looking at these other two amounts, I would simply assume that that was going to be 240,000. But in the exam, what you do, just work with 2,400. If there is no error to that exam, just work with 2,400. But here we are going to work with 240,000 multiplied by 90 over 100 is equals to, so we are going to say 240,000 multiplied by 90 over 100, we get 216,000. Alright, so now we need to use this to fill in the table that we have. So this table for debtors collection schedule, we will write our months here. Okay, so let me just write credit sales here, credit sales. Okay, but they said they want for which months? They said for October and November, right? So let us write October, let us write November here, Okay, so these are our credit sales and these are our months that we are going to put the money that we are going to receive. Alright, so we need, remember we have calculated our credit sales for September, October and November. So we are going to come here and say September, right, October, right, and November, right? So we just leave one row for the totals, the rest let us delete them. Okay, September, October, and November. So let me just put a demarcation line there to show that this side is credit sales and the other side. Okay, let me just put a demarcation line there. This will be fine, this will be fine, this will be fine. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So now what we are going to do, we are going to take these amounts that we have calculated. So in September we said 198,000, in October we said 180,000, in November we said 216,000. Okay, so these are the amounts that we are having. Now we need to fill in here and get our totals. This is our debtors collection schedule and these are our workings. So we are going to use this because we are saying this is a debtors collection schedule. How are we going to collect that money that the debtors are owing us? Remember, we've sold to these debtors on credit, right? Because we're saying 90% of this is credit sales. So we have sold to them on credit. We need to collect that money, but this money is not gonna be collected once. If we look at number 4, debtors are expected to settle their accounts as follows: 70% during the month of sale. So if we sell in September, it means we are going to collect in September. Sell in October, we're going to collect in October. Sell in November, we're going to collect in November, because they are saying 70% during the month of sale. So 70% of this, because here we are not gonna use this when you're looking at 70%, because we don't have a schedule for September here. We only have October and November. So it means that if we are looking at this instruction which says during the month of sale, we are going to look at this amount because we have a schedule for October. So we have October and October, right? So but they said these debtors receive a 5% discount. So what we are simply going to record here is the amount that we are going to receive. So if we are going to give them a 5% discount, it means that they are not going to pay this 5%. Alright, so how do we calculate this? Let us go down here and say step number 4 and say step. You don't have to necessarily remember these steps in their order, you just have to remember how we calculate this. Alright, then we are going to say they said 70% during the month of sale, and we said, all right, so what I want us to do, we are not gonna look at this instruction until we are done with this one. So we are going to apply this instruction to all the months. When we are done with this instruction, we look at this one, we apply it to all the months, right? Because there are two ways we can do instruction. We can just say this month or instruction, this month or instruction, this month or instruction, but the one I prefer is one instruction or the month, one instruction or the month. Okay, so here we are simply dealing with 70% in the month of sale, right? In the month of sale, right? Then let me just say 5% discount. These ones are going to receive a 5% discount. Okay, so we are going to say here, we look at what we have here. We don't have a schedule for September, right? Which makes us to go to October, because you want the month of sale, October and October. So let us come here and say October and October, October and October. All right, October and October, October and October. Okay, let me make this italic. October and October. All right, so under October and October, we're going to say in October we have sold on credit here I can see the amount is 180,000. So we are going to say October and October 180,000. How much are we gonna collect from this 80,000 in October? From this 180,000, we are going to collect 70%, right? We are going to collect 70%, right? Then of that 70%, these debtors, these ones, they said they are gonna receive 5% discount. So this one, 180,000 multiplied by 70%. Let me just do it this way, then I'll do it the way that you should know that is easier. This one is for explanations. Multiplied by 70 over 100. It means initially this is what we should receive in the month of sale, right? But now we are giving these people a 5% discount, which means you're not gonna receive 126,000. If you give someone a 5% discount, it means that they are going to pay you 95%, right? If you give someone a 5% discount, they are going to pay you 95%, because you just remove this 5% from 100%. So we are going to say multiply by 95 over 100. So to make this short, you are just going to say, all right, here, because I just want this to be very easy. Okay, you are going to write the 95% straight away here. Then you just say 180,000 multiplied by 70% multiplied by 95%. Where are we getting the 95% from? We are saying if they are going to be given a 5% discount, it means we are not going to receive this 5%. We are going to receive 95%. We are only interested on the money that we are receiving. Alright, so we are going to say 180,000 multiplied by 70 over 100 multiplied by 95 over 100. So we are going to get 119,700. 119,700. So this is what we are going to receive. Why? Because we sold for 180,000 on credit. Then this same month we are going to receive only 70% of this 180,000, but now we are going to give them a discount of 5%, so that 5% you are not going to receive it. We are going to receive 95%, so 119,700. So this is October and October. So we go under October and October and say 119,700. Okay, then now what is another month that we have? November and November. Okay, let us go to November and November, because we want to deal with this instruction of the same month until we are done with it. Okay, so we are going to say November and November. November and November. Okay, so under November and November, this is easy. How are we going to do it? We are going to look at this amount, the credit sales for November. Then you say 216,000. We are simply gonna do the same thing, multiply by 70% here, multiply by 95%, because they are going to receive a 5% discount. 95%. Okay, so what are we going to get? We are going to say 216,000 multiplied by 70 over 100 multiplied by 95 over 100. 143,640. 143,640. So this 143,640 is what we are going to put under November and November, because we are doing same month, right? So you can see we have we just did our November, and this is the final month here. So now let us go to another instruction. 30% in the month of 30% in the in the following the month, okay. All right, let me just say 30% in the month following the month of sales. 30% in the month following the month of sales. So what does this instruction mean? If we sell in September, right, the month following September is what? Is October. It means we receive in October. If we sell in October, the month following October is what? Is November. It means we receive in November. If we sell in November, the month following November is what? Is December. It means we receive in December. So here we have October and November. So now let us say, let me just do this as step 5, sorry. Just do this as step 5. Let us do this as step 5. So under step 5, we are going to say, under step 5, we are going to say 30%. We are going to say 30%. We are going to say 30%. 30% in the month following the sales month. In the month following the sales month. Okay. In the month following the sales month. Right. So we are going to say in September we sold for how much? For 198,000. Right. So let us come here and say if we sell in September, it means that we will receive our money in October. So if we sell in September, we receive our money in October. All right. And how much are we gonna receive in October? What was our sales in September? 198,000. These were our credit sales, right? 198,000. 198,000 multiplied by 30%. What do we get? Multiplied by 30%. 198,000 multiplied by 30%. Multiplied by 30 over 100. 59,400. 59,400. Okay. Then now, okay, 59,400. This is what we are going to receive in October, right? If we sell in September, we are going to receive in October. Yeah. Okay. 143. Oh, sorry. 59,400. 59,400. It means we are going to write it here. If we sell in September, we will receive in October. What was the amount again? Or is there on the calculator? 59,400. 59,400. Okay, then our next month of sales is what? October. If we sell in October, we will receive in what? In November. If we sell in October, we will receive in November. October, November, right? So we are going to say October and November here. October and November, right? October and November. Okay, what was our October credit sales? 180,000. So we are going to say 180,000 multiplied by 30%. 180,000 multiplied by 30%. What do we get? 180,000 multiplied by 30%. Multiplied by 30 over 100. 54,000. 54,000. Okay. So if we sell in October, we are going to receive in November 54,000. If we sell in October, we are going to receive in November 54,000. Alright, so then now here, this is our last month, right? So we are simply going to add this and this. So this is easy. We are going to say 59,400 plus 119,700. We are going to get 179,100. 179,100. Then here, what are we going to get? Okay, I just need to do this here. Okay. All right. Then 54,000 plus 143,640. What do we get? 197,640. 197,640. Okay, before I close on this, let me just check if we had any information that will affect this. Okay. Okay, so the rest of the information that I'm seeing here, we are going to use it under 2.2, but that will be the next class, under 2.2. So even this, we are going to take this to 2.2, and we are also going to use all the other information that we didn't use in under 2.1. So this marks the end of today's class. Thank you, and don't forget our contact details, which are written here. I am Mr. TK Classes, and this is our contact details.